Hello everybody, welcome to the second episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization 6. In this episode, we're going to be finding some more places to build cities, I guess. We're going to be murdering not just our enemies, but also barbarians, enemies of all civilized people, which we can unite against before we murder each other, right? Like barbarians, but we'll ignore that little thing for now, okay? We're going to get this tribal village, and we're granted another recon unit. Oh boy. Look at all these free scouts we're getting. I really didn't want more than one free scout. Right? But, you know what? I'll take what I'm given. I won't be a whiny person. I'm not going to complain too much about it. I'm just going to keep moving on. And maybe send my slinger up there. Because, oh, look. There must be a barbarian camp around here. Because that unit spawned in. Right. Excuse me while I move around a bit. Oh, dear. That's something that'll sometimes happen to me. I'll accidentally click on something and it'll maybe move a unit where it's not supposed to. Gladly, I'm very glad when it doesn't actually move the unit, but sometimes it will, and you'll waste a little time on that, and that's not fun. But what can you do anyway? Because this scout spawned in here just now, chances are there's a barbarian camp here, so we're gonna want to probably deal with that at some point fairly soon, because we don't want that to be causing trouble for us in the future. We're gonna have this warrior sit on this hill and fortify, because these warriors are gonna like slam against him, and they're gonna lose that battle, and we're gonna, like, you know, knock it down. Alright. So Brazil is sending us an embassy, so they're just trying to know our capitalism. We can make a little gold from that, I think. I know that it costs gold to send it to the AI. So yeah, as you can see, our warrior lost 18 of his 100 health, and that warrior lost 40 of his 100 health. Note that units never have more health. They all have 100 health. It's just that, you know, the stronger a unit is, the more combat strength they have, the better they fare against other units. The more damage they'll do to them, and the less they'll receive in turn. So yeah, we're going to send our slinger over there to see if we can't, perhaps, you know, kill some enemies with our rocks. We're gonna have this scout heal here. Maybe that scout will head towards our city. Maybe it won't, because if a scout does get near your city, right? And there's our warrior fighting on the hill again, very bravely. That warrior, it even managed to kill it. How lovely! Yeah. Because if a scout gets to your cities, it'll go back to its camp, and if it gets back to its camp, the camp is gonna spawn a whole bunch of barbarians that are gonna come attack you, and that's not very pleasant. So we don't want that to happen, so we might have to murder that scout if it's going towards our city. Or especially if it actually does see our city.
As it turns out, Mount Kilimanjaro is not
oh dear. So we found a natural wonder. That's nice. A natural wonder is just a part of the map that makes everything better. Alright, if I turn on it's on map options. Yield icons, you'll see that the tiles around Mount Kilimanjaro have a lot more colorful circles, alright? Those colorful circles indicate resources, okay? If I hover over it, yeah, it appears as a mountain and provides +2 food to adjacent tiles. So every tile adjacent to Mount Kilimanjaro has +2 green circles, and the green circles are supposed to be apples, I think. Maybe they're corn. I think they're corn, actually. Yeah, that's corn. The little green corn in the circle is an indicator of how much food the city produces. We're gonna also bank here and heal. So, you know, the more food a city has, the faster it grows, but the amount of population a city can hold is limited in this game by the amount of housing it has, right? Cairo has 6 housing right now, for example. So, you know, food is super important. Production is generally a more important resource to have, right? And which is why, if you saw the first episode, you'll know I was talking about industrial zones and said those were very important. Let's go out here. So, here we finished researching Code of Laws. Code of Laws, so, when you start the game, you have access to the tech tree, okay? Where you select the technology, and those technologies unlock more technologies, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, until you have achieved so much technology that there is merely this non-specific future tech that increases your score, right? The only thing we can research is how to be better at video games at that point. So, you know, that's how the tech tree works. But you can start, when you start off, you can research sailing, astrology, pottery, animal husbandry, or mining. Well, when you look at the civics tree instead, which you unlock with culture instead of science, which is purple circles instead of the blue circles, you automatically start having to research code of laws. You cannot choose what you research to start with, which is probably because it was a new mechanic introduced in this game. So they didn't want people to get too confused, I guess. But yeah, code of laws is what you start with, and when you unlock code of laws, you actually unlock policies, and these policies allow you to give your government little bonuses. Now, if you go to View Governments, these are all the governments that exist in the game. You unlock them as you go through the civics tree. We start off as a chiefdom, the most basic government. I don't know if it's available by default. I think it's not available with Code of Laws, because you see, if you skip ahead a bit, technologies, or civics, that actually unlock governments have the government mentioned there. So we technically started out as a chiefdom, but we didn't have any cards to put in our government. But now we do have some cards, because we finished Code of Laws, and we can put them in. I'm generally going to go with a discipline, because that's going to mean that, you know, you're better at fighting the barbarians than fighting. I'm going to go ahead and put a God King in. I like urban planning a little more, because I think production is very important, as I've mentioned before. And I don't generally like to focus too much on religion, because that can be a pretty huge drain on your resources early on. But, if you want a Pantheon, you know, that's important to get. So I'm gonna go for God King, at least until we get our Pantheon, at which point I'm gonna change it. And, I'm not gonna want to research either of these until I've, finished, you know, getting their, inspirations, not Eureka's. Because, you know, that can be sort of a pain, but I'm gonna start with this, right? We're gonna start with craftsmanship, which, you know, just cause. There's really no particular reason. I guess because I think I can get the Eureka for it, or the inspiration, a little sooner. So I figure if you can get the tech in, you know, might as well. Let's jump around a bit. Oh, we found Amsterdam. This is, a city-state. City-states are like tiny little nations, okay? And, basically, city-states, you earn something throughout the game called envoys, okay? Like, see, I have 14 influence points. Every turn I get 1 influence point, and when I have 100, I can get 1 envoy, alright? Later governments will give you more envoy points per turn, and they'll let you put more envoys and things. You know, and you distribute envoys to city-states, and you'll get bonuses. Like, for example, Amsterdam is a money city-state. So if I give them 1 gold, or 1 envoy, I'll get 4 gold in my capital, right? And, you know, different categories of city-states, that bonus is the same for all of them, but they also have something called a suzerain bonus, which is unique to each one, and that's only if you have more envoys than everybody else in that city-state, right? Now, if you meet a city-state before anyone else does, you'll have the great benefit of, oh boy, there is a scout. I don't like that. That scout could potentially cause problems. Can I buy a slinger? Yes, I can. I don't know if I want to spend all that money on a slinger yet, though. Yeah, you can buy units. That's very useful to keep in mind. But, yeah. If you meet a city-state before anyone else, you'll get 1 envoy for free, which means you automatically... I would be making an additional 4 gold per turn right now, and I might be more inclined to spend that money on a scout. And, oh dear, the barbarians have built a slinger as well. Could our brave warrior withstand this assault? I don't know if I like those odds, actually. Well, that's very interesting, Plutarch. Yeah, I think our brave warrior is actually going to run away, and our brave slinger is going to, if he could move down a bit, is going to probably head off and try and murder some barbarians, because, you know, they're the only thing you're at war with at this point. You don't want to declare war on a civilization before you have archers, because, you know, you'll get bodied, and that's not nice. You're going to want to kill barbarians with them. Let's see. I could go start on writing. I think I'm going to start with writing so that I can go ahead and get the special campus district up in my capital. The special campus district being, oh dear, we've met another civilization. We have met France. And now that I have, here's the thing, I can't actually skip these leader cutscenes. If you might be able to hear me slamming on the keyboard right now. You can't skip them if you have them turned on, which is maybe a good reason to not turn them on, even if you have the super powerful gaming computer necessary to do so, you know? Yeah, that can be a little frustrating sometimes, but what can you do? I'm gonna keep exploring. Oh, look, another tribal village. That's very lovely. So, yeah. Alright, we're probably gonna... We're a little cramped in, I think. I'm probably gonna have to commit some murder, but thankfully we have just the mamluks to do so. Oh dear. Just trouble everywhere. Come on, warrior. Let's get ready to kick some scouts. Alright, we're gonna need another slinger, I think. We have rapidly increased our culture output, though, because that monument has more than doubled it. Went from 1.9 probably to 2.9 or 3.9, right? Oh, look!
Headed into the heart of New Zealand's Fiordland.
We found another natural wonder. I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, no, I have seen this before. This increases. Alright, so this increases like culture and food of adjacent tiles, I think. Dang it! Just click the sinking box there. Yeah. Oh no, is it one culture and 1 gold to adjacent tiles, right? Yeah, and the reason some of them have 2 culture, 2 golds, because they're adjacent to 2 tiles of the natural wonder, which occupies 3 tiles. None of which you can traverse, by the way. Natural wonder tiles are not traversable. Yeah. So also, that tribal village gave us the inspiration for, I believe it gave us the inspiration for early empire, but yeah, it did, because, you know, basically, you get the inspiration for early empires finding another continent. Since we didn't find a new continent, we only have found Serbia, or Slovenia, or sure, we'll be friends. We couldn't have gotten the inspiration ourselves, so it has to be because we found the village. Sure, yeah. We're gonna be throwing some of the rocks that we got from home at this spearman, and hopefully killing it. But you have to kill it with your ranged attack, because if you don't kill it with your ranged attack, it just attacks you and dies. Then, you know, you don't get the inspiration for archery, you know, which is, I don't know, that's something to keep in mind, you know. Ah, we have met Jadwiga of Poland. Yeah, I don't think that's, I'm sorry if you're Polish, that accent probably offended you. I've watched, videos by people who are Polish, you know, people from Poland make a surprisingly large number of Let's Plays I mean, compared to the number of Germans, I guess, I've seen that make Let's Plays, so I guess, you know, out of struggle comes the ability to make Let's Plays, so that doesn't bode too terribly well for me, to be honest. Oh, look, a French settler, yeah. Now, as you just noticed there, I went through this territory that's French, right? This dotted line outlines their territory. Later on, there's a civic, early empire that closes their borders, right? So, I won't be able to do that once they get that unless I cough up some cash or my own open borders in exchange for theirs. Alright, so, that's funny. Alright, so yeah, they have sent us a delegation as well of Pasanki. I've never eaten Pasanki. There's actually a Polish restaurant where I used to live that I wanted to eat at, but I never actually went to. It was called Taste of Europe. You know, how Polo-centric, jeez. You know, that sort of behavior is why they got invaded. Oh, look, there's a warrior in my way. Well, I didn't mean it when I said that it was because you got... Didn't mean it, guys. Don't attack my scout, please. We're gonna move faster on those. There's cells here. Yeah, so promotions tell you 50 HP, but they cost an action. Basically, you know, but if you have even like a 20th of a movement point left, you still get the benefit. Alright. Oh god, no, horsemen. Horsemen are really annoying to deal with because, you know, they move a lot. They're a huge pain to deal with because they can basically, it's really hard to move ground units out of their attack range. So, you know, a huge, difficult pain in the butt to deal with all around. But we'll manage, all right. We'll find a way. It'll all right. Darn it. Yeah. So we're gonna kill that guy with our scout on the counterattack, right? And we're not gonna get the inspiration for archery. And that scout, and that stupid freaking horseman. I couldn't see because like how was I supposed to? I mean, okay, I got the inspiration from bronze, so we can just kill 3 barbarians. How was I supposed to see that horseman? Stupid freaking horseman. Barbarian horsemen suck. No one likes barbarian horsemen. Why would you do this for Axis? What? How dare you bring such suffering into here? Anyway, let's use our alpine powers to jump around. Heck, I'm there in a turn. Let's jump around. Yay! We jumped all around the hills. We were Super Mario, bro. We found this tribal village, which the AI is not going to collect, because the AI can... Not only does it not know how to collect tribal villages, it doesn't know how to move to a location it wants to. Alright, let's grab this. Oh boy, we got the Eureka for foreign. We already had that. Or did... No, Early Empire was the inspiration that it gave us. My bad. Should I probably look like a big dope if you go back, like, what, 12 minutes and watch that again? Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. Let's keep exploring. Oh, there's some grapes, some wine, luxury resource, but you know, that's a picture of grapes, not a picture of a wine bottle. Oh boy! France sent us a delegation of cheese, the true currency of the world. You know, cheese is nature's fruit. You know, and you don't want to turn down an offer of such a bounty of nature's fruit. Anyway. I don't actually have a resource to mine. I'm gonna go with animal husbandry because it moves me closer to archery, which is important for murdering people, you know. More wine. Jeez. No wonder this is behind France's territory. They wanted to wall everyone out from getting wine. Alright, we're gonna keep going back around here. Rumor has it that France is worshipping a pantheon of gods focused on the sacred path belief. I think that's one culture from Jungle Tiles. Yeah, alright, well. Let's move this, right here. And looky here. 1, 2, 3. There is our horseman. If I move this, slinger here, it's safe. A horseman is 4 movement. But even though this is 4 tiles, they won't be able to attack the slinger. Because the slinger is on a, oh, here's my timer. Okay, add a minute. Let's take another minute. The horseman's not going to be able to attack my slinger because they're on a forest. And, in this game, if you don't have... you can always move a minimum of 1 tile, but if you don't have enough movement to get on a tile... Like, if you only have 1 movement left, and a hill costs 2 movement to go on, you can't move on a hill. And that you also can't attack units that you can't move onto the tile of. So, yeah, that's a bit of a complication, I guess. I want to kind of build a campus, right? Well, I want to build a builder, and oh, goodness gracious, yeah. Like I said, you get half of the tech cost for researching something, so I should have been paying more attention, because now that I have researched 75% roughly of craftsmanship instead of just 50%, that's like some wasted turns of research. But that is okay. We'll continue on, we'll find a way, and there are a lot of mountains here. Mountains are good in this game because they increase the adjacency bonus of campuses, which give you science, which lets you research text faster, which lets you murder all your enemies. Okay, timer. Thank you. I should turn that timer down a bit. I'm going to do that now. That's a little annoying. I don't want that to annoy y'all. Alright, and I know my voice is probably annoying y'all, but I want to mitigate the amount of annoying things happening, alright? I'm trying to be a little gracious here, okay? So, yeah. With that, I guess it's time for us to move on to the next episode. And hopefully kill this freaking horseman. Hate barbarian horseman. No one likes barbarian horseman. Why would you do this?